Hello friend, I want to tell you about the Jeep Grand Cherokee car. Finding a good off-road vehicle with an effective 4x4 drivetrain at a reasonable price is quite a challenge. However, there is a vehicle on the market that's ideal for off-road driving and has a distinct personality. The Jeep Grand Cherokee ZJ-ZG, of course. According to the prevailing opinion, it's a vehicle that's quite unreliable and expensive to maintain. How much truth is there to this? Due to the high fuel consumption of gasoline engines, the vast majority of people opt for diesel engines. However, when choosing a Jeep Grand Cherokee ZJ-ZG, you unfortunately have to rule this engine out immediately. Firstly, due to its very poor dynamics, 113 horsepower is definitely not enough for such a large and heavy vehicle. However, this isn't the most significant argument against a 2.5 TD engine, but rather its high failure rate. The source of the problem here is the set of cylinder heads, one for each cylinder, which significantly complicates servicing and increases its costs. However, everything would be fine if it weren't for the cracking. Other common causes include numerous engine oil leaks, injection system malfunctions, and timing system malfunctions. The most sensible choice, therefore, will be the 4.0-liter petrol variant. While it still experiences some faults, they're not as frequent or serious as in the diesel. The R6's weakest points include damaged valve lifters, a faulty oil pump, and cracked exhaust manifolds. The entry-level petrol engine provides acceptable dynamics, but if you're looking for a car to tow or simply enjoy the occasional off-road adventure, V8 engines are a much better choice. Interestingly, the top-of-the-line engines are also the least prone to failure. Regardless of which petrol engine you choose, you still need to consider potential system failures, as the car is getting on in years. And what about fuel consumption? The diesel engine consumes around 8L 100 km on the highway and 12L 100 km in city driving. The 4-liter inline-6 can consume up to 17L 100 km in built-up areas and 10L 100 km outside. Meanwhile, the V8 engines drain the tank at a rate of 20 to 22L 100 km in the urban jungle and 15 to 17L 100 km on the highway. Fortunately, the engines handle LPG systems well, so there's potential for some savings for those interested. The system has 4 operating modes: 2 WD rear-wheel drive, 4 part-time, 4x4 drive with a locked center differential, 4 full-time, 4x4 with a locked center differential, N neutral mode, and 4 LO reduction gear engaged. Another drive type is Quadra-Track, Nevada 249, Nevada 249 OD, with 3 settings: 4 all, 4x4 drive with center differential, N neutral, and 4 LO reducer. Its operation is based on a viscous clutch and center differential, which was eliminated in models manufactured after 1996. In turn, the latest 4x4 command track system, Nevada 231, offers the following settings: 2H rear-wheel drive, 4H 4x4 with a locked center differential, N neutral, and 4 LO lower gear. If you're looking for a vehicle primarily for off-road driving, the latter option will be best. It's also worth mentioning the suspension, where Jeep has opted for a dependent suspension with panhard rods at both the front and rear. If you don't want to spend around 1,000 euros on repairs, be sure to check its effectiveness in all modes. Disturbing noises or a lack of smooth torque transfer indicate a problem. Many cars also experience front driveshaft joints. It's worth listening to the axles while driving, as they may be whining. Automatic transmissions can also be fickle. Unfortunately, the fault is usually with the owner. It's best to avoid vehicles that are used extensively off-road. Before you decide to buy a specific Jeep Grand Cherokee ZJ-ZG, thoroughly check the operation of all onboard devices. Damaged electrical connections are common in this American cruiser. Suspension components such as stabilizer bar bushings, shock absorbers, ball joints, and control arm bushings are also durable. Watch out for leaks in the cooling system, drivetrain, and engine. The air conditioning is also often in poor condition. Furthermore, obtaining some spare parts at reasonable prices can be a significant challenge. Potential buyers may also be put off by the above-average failure rate and poor build quality, especially in the interior. However, it's undoubtedly difficult to find another thoroughbred off-roader with character for such a decent price. The Jeep Grand Cherokee is very capable on off-road trips and is ideal for towing. The pleasant-sounding and responsive V8 engines and, of course, the robust 4x4 drivetrain also deserve praise. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and rate my video. If you know of any issues with this car that I haven't mentioned, be sure to share them in the comments.